Hello, WarfighterBravo Patriots. I apologize. I was sick yesterday. We didn't have a video. That's how it works. I'm a disabled vet, go into the hospital with an injured forearm, have a bad immune system, and I come out sick. Just how it goes. Today we're going to talk about something that you're not thinking about. We had that three-part series, a hypothetical enemy. Could we be invaded? Now we talk about the one situation on whether or not your mind is right. Stand by.
Ukrainian city of Lviv, close to the border with Poland, has been hit by the first missile strikes in the west of the country in more than a week. The city's mayor said 3 electricity substations have been damaged. Parts are without power, including some medical facilities. He said there's also serious damage to infrastructure and interruptions to the water supply.
Thank you for checking in. If this is your first time, please make sure to check out my other work, as I do a broad spectrum of work, including some videos kind of go off of each other in domino. So please check out my other work before you check off on old Warfighter Bravo, just to make sure that if I missed you on this one, I may have covered something else that you enjoy. Folks, this one is serious, okay? This is the most serious, and for some, a lot of folks just look around it. They don't think about the, think about the ramifications, and they think that it's things are going to happen and then you're just going to flip over into operational mode. Doesn't work like that. You need to get your mind right. Okay? One of the initial things that will happen, usually we consider it culture shock overseas, but in my experience, it's not so much culture shock as it is the reality that shit just got real. Every single person goes through that. I have not spoken with one military service member that has been in combat and has witnessed events for the first time that truly, it takes you off your feet. You think that you've seen everything. You think that you're okay with gore and with friggin' violence and all that stuff. You've seen it. You know, I'm tough. Maybe you've been in a street fight or something like that. Maybe any number of things. Nothing prepares you mentally for combat. And what I mean by that is the things that you would see in that situation. It's not only what you see, it's the reality that other humans did that to one another. It's the reality that you truly are fighting an horrible enemy. Guys, I have seen some of the toughest, some of the biggest, I've seen a guy that could run like the freaking wind. I mean, easily, as somebody that can have cardio in size as well, I'll never forget seeing him on his fucking knees crying. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget seeing a soldier in the turret. I'll never use names, as there is no shame. There is no shame in surviving. And some of us are cut out for it and some of us aren't. But that doesn't mean that they aren't better in other areas to help make us better on the battlefield. You see what I'm saying? Everybody has a part to play. Some are fighters, some are warriors, and some aren't. And that's not a bad thing. That doesn't make you, useless or weak or anything like that. It just means that you have so much empathy and so much to give, right? And that is, in its own right, very, very powerful and a lot more useful than being physically capable of, the things that will be required of you. I can tell you that what I used to do, and I'll explain what I did to try to get myself at least most of the way there. And I can help you get mentally at least to the point where if you do these actions, you'll be far better off than if you didn't. First and foremost, if something kicks off, you'll know, right? You'll see it on the news. Sometimes, and think about this, think about how many people have the hardest time accepting that 9/11 happened. Like they're seeing the planes go in the building, but they're so in disbelief that they're just trapped. They're stuck in place. They're in shock. That was just from the TV. Imagine the grid goes down. The power goes out. There's no communication. Internet's down. People are going to freak, which is why I always come up with community plans, which I will talk more about that later, not this video. But with what I'm saying, okay, I need you to understand that when this happens, your mind is going to be racing a million miles an hour. If you didn't think you have anxiety now. And now that makes it even more worse. If you're somebody with anxiety, you at least are a little bit ahead of the game because your thoughts are going to be going 90 miles an hour. You need to remember that 90% of what we worry about never comes to pass. That is a real psychological fact. So you need to realize in that moment that for that time, you're safe. You at least have some time initially, okay? So pull yourself out of that intense fear that hits you at first and just remind yourself, all right, look, I'm good for now. And what I like to do whenever things get tense, I check my gear. I go back through, I look at my gear. Okay, this is happening. I need to accept this right now. This is happening. Zach, you've prepared for this. This is why I keep books too, because the mind is so powerful. You could be the most well-trained warrior ever, and just getting sideswiped can throw you mentally off so bad that it's like amnesia. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And you'll sit there and you'll be like, oh God, I need to snap out of this. I need to snap out of this. I need to snap out of this. And you need to stop. This is happening. I have plans. I know what I need to do. And now is the time. My people need me. And it's that serious. And you would be right. Each and every person would be needed. The biggest part about getting mentally ready and capable for what you're about to experience is the fact that other people are going to be losing their ever-loving minds. Okay? So initially you're going to be safe. The first wave that you're going to run into is the hysterical. So that's why mentally you need to be back down to earth because you're going to be experiencing all sorts of things. De-escalation. You're going to be, you might be a shoulder to cry on for a short time until you can get them mentally in the game. Or you could be dealing with a hysterical individual that has forgotten every bit of their ethics and morals. And at that time, you're going to need to make a decision. And that's why I say, sooner than rather than later, you're going to get the taste that you've been looking for. I assure you that this situation is the last thing that we would ever want. I pray that we can reach means through diplomacy, but God forbid the gloves get taken off. The people on the other side have been protected. Okay. But if something ever happened here, they're going to abandon those and take care of themselves up at the top. So that's why I always say that even the people that are going up against us, the ground pounders on the other side, they're going to have no chair when the music stops, so to speak, like musical chairs. And then you will see them collapse in on themselves like a dying star and implode. I don't see it taking too long, but I see things happening to a point where even our military will have to decide what side they're on. Our generals will be driven right down the middle. Now, granted, there are some generals that will do anything for power. They will, I mean, look at Milley. I mean, they will do anything to remain where they are. And I have met some of them that are truly a disgrace to the uniform, as there are in many areas. But thankfully, most of these people get pointed out and are well known. And that means that they would be on, you know, obviously other service members will know that they're not going to lead that person, that they're going to be trying to hurt innocent patriots. And I'm very confident that a large majority of the military would stand for the people. I know another group that'll be out there with batons beating the shit out of everybody. But again, that'll be another video. So, you really need to center yourself, pull yourself into the moment, and control the initial wave of emotion that hits you, or else everything was for nothing. You need to keep your mind sharp, and you've got to prevent that mental break from happening. And, you know, I'm proud to say, I know quite a bit of you, actually. I've met thousands and thousands of people. And I'm pleasantly pleased to say that there are quite a few that have been listening to me over this last year. And I like what I'm seeing out there. And this is primarily for those that have not gotten the lesson, have not understood that this is something I know most don't think about. A lot of times I get messages after videos like this of, man, I never even thought about that. But the first thing you're going to have to do is get control of your mind so you have control over your body. Guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And, you know, I definitely think that this needs to be discussed, especially in preliminary to me talking about a community plan. If you would be interested in me doing a video on the community plan, please let me know in the comments below. Also, I'm on BitChute and I'm on YouTube. If you have a YouTube channel and you'd prefer to watch these videos on YouTube, please check that out. Links will be in the description. And then also I'm on BitChute. BitChute links are really good for things like Telegram, Parler, I mean, all sorts of things. So if you want to share the videos there, and I mean, BitChute links on Facebook aren't that regulated. They are checked pretty heavily, but I mean, nothing I do is anything that gets pegged, or else it would have already been pegged. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, guys, thank you for your support. I know this wasn't shoot 'em up, bang, bang, but if you're smart, you'll know that this is more important than even a nuclear weapon. The mind is the most powerful thing on this earth. It's actually why we're here fighting each other, unfortunately, because we have been so consumed by sin that we are facing the destruction of the human race. Tell me it's any different. You know? But guys, thank you for watching. And as always, we're going to continue to just take it to them. And we're going to drive it home that we will not be silenced. Thank you guys. And as always, I'll see you for the next one.